Once upon a time, there were two misfits who attended Garrettford Elementary School, located in a suburb right outside of Philadelphia. Chris was tall, lanky, and quite nerdy to say the least. And Vince, fat, awkwardly outgoing, and overly positive. One day, during lunch recess in the first grade, Chris said, "Hey, my dad's a firefighter." And Vince said, "Oh, really? My dad's a firefighter too. Let's be best friends." Chris said, "Okay." And they promised to be best friends for their entire lives, right there at the sliding board. Chris was talented in all subject areas, and Vince looked up to him like a brother. Vince always followed Chris. He followed his lead in class, he followed him to join Boy Scouts, he followed him to play an instrument in the school orchestra. They even had a paper route together. The two were inseparable. You could say they were just like peas and carrots. Vince followed Chris's lead through middle school. Girls, music, and... oh wait, did I say girls? These became priorities for the pair throughout the middle school years. Though the two were separated by the level system, Chris always kept Vince active in his studies. Vince followed Chris to join the school musicals, and they made lots of new friends together. Vince followed Chris to join the high school choir. However, the next events to come will be some of the hardest years for the pair. One day, Chris's house burned down, and his family lost everything. Furthermore, a year later, Vince's dad got into a critical accident at a fire scene. Around the same time of these events, the two were stuck over the same girl, and for foolish reasons faced a falling out. The two best friends for more than 9 years faced some of their darkest times. Vince, feeling lost, sought his mom for advice. His mom said, "You two are inseparable. Years later, you're gonna laugh about all of this." After some time, Vince felt there was something definitely missing in his life. He finally gained enough courage to call Chris. Hello? Hello, Mrs. Matthews. This is Vince. Vincent McFadden. Well, it's about damn time you guys start talking again. I missed you too, Mrs. Matthews. Yeah, it's safe to say the two were just like peas and carrots once again. Senior prom followed by graduation. They seemed to come and go like a whisper in the wind. It was in university where Chris met his better half. From the gloomy, rainy weather in Seattle, Washington, a beautiful rose had bloomed. Mackenzie. She would become just as special to Vince as Chris is. Throughout the next few years, they became more and more distanced, but every meeting was special. Chris taught English in Korea for a year, and afterwards, the two traveled through Europe together. After Europe, Chris recommended Vince to explore Korea, and he has been living there ever since. If you haven't guessed by now, that fat, overly outgoing kid, that's me. And Chris, well, that tall, lanky guy got married to Mackenzie, the beautiful rose from Seattle, Washington. Even though I wasn't able to follow them to their wedding ceremony, I hope they realize I will always follow both of them spiritually, through every celebration, every obstacle, and every average day of my life.